right, welcome to Battle for Supremacy, Reign Supreme, and we are right now in the semifinals. Four teams remaining, two will fall down right now. My name is Jet, and together with me, Warden. Warden, welcome to Battle for Supremacy, and yes, hope it's nice to be casting with you for tonight. What are your thoughts, and what do you expect on this night?
I mean, I'm just expecting quite a lot here. After all, we're looking at the arsenal for the teams that will be playing out here, Jet. I mean, come on. We got Nanobots and EXECRATION at the first match, and then Blacklist International and MAHADEWA on the second run. So, hey, best believe we are going to be able to get the top of the crop here, as these four squads is going to be on the run to try to fight for the grand final spot.
Yes, that's true. Warden, so most especially right now, we have seen how these teams have composed and how these teams actually play their game. So it has been quite a while right now looking at where we are right now in this stage of the tournament. I think these teams and these players right now know actually each other and know their opponents as well. It would be also tricky on how they're going to do their drafting and their picking phase.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that is going to be an important factor even before we head straight towards this game. You know, just having your own comfort picks is such a crucial thing to do. And come again, you know, we just got to wait and see as well once the action pans out. And I mean, I know for a fact we're just destined to see a pretty long one here, Jet.
Yes, I agree. And hopefully you could see a Tempest Dragon battle here sometime, somewhere. And I think most of these teams really wanted to end this quick. They wanted to end within less than 10 minutes or so. That's quite the range right now on how they play the game. They wanted to end this quick. And I think that's one of the perks on playing Honor of Kings, wherein the games could actually end within less than 10 minutes, and it could actually go as long as 20 to 25 minutes. There's a few games wherein I've casted on the previous days that it would actually reach just around 8 to 10 minutes for game number one, then game number two same thing. That's quite quick, and that's quite crucial as well on how these teams would actually perform, because when you take a look at how the teams would actually go right now in the stretch of this tournament, they need to actually think on their feet. We're in They need to do a lot of adjustments before, and during the onset of the games. Wherein they need to take advantage on when and where they should pick team fights, gain objectives, or probably take back bring themselves back and just farm and gain more experience and farm.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I mean, you know, picking up where you want to go for those altercations or those massive clashes is such a big factor, especially in a mobile game like this in Honor of Kings. And keep in mind, you'd want to have the proper allocation as well for those anti-CCs, those purifies, in the perfect time note. Timing is such a crucial factor here for Honor of Kings. So let's just see who has it on the board. As come again, guys, if you guys are waiting already on who's going to be playing, it's going to be EXECRATION up against Nanobot. Right after this, it's going to be Blacklist International up against MAHADEWA. So make sure you guys have your snacks ready, your drinks ready. Take a toilet, go to the toilet already. You guys don't want to miss any actions that will be happening here for this Reign Supreme.
That's true, Warden. I'm quite excited right now. And also, I've noticed from these onsets of the game, of the tournament rather, I've seen a lot of teams actually utilizing the double smite feature, wherein either the jungler and the roamer would actually wanted to use their smite, their common skill, wherein they wanted to snatch an objectives that quick, because those team buffs would actually matter on the onset of the game and in the long run as well, wherein they could actually steal tyrants or overlords, wherein on the long run or on the short run, or really quite, that would be quite crucial with that. And with that, we are going to begin our drafting phase in game number one. We're in Execration will be facing against Nanobot.
All right, here we go. Let's see what's going to be the biome looking like here. And so far, we get to see actually Hive getting the first pick. And Jet, I know for a fact, analysis-wise, you have this one on the board. What do we have here?
Okay, so first and foremost, I think this Hino here, Hino ban coming from Execration. This is one of the most potent or most contested heroes here in Honor of Kings. We're in any meta currently. Hino would be very versatile rather. This could also be played either in mid lane or in clash lane. We're in the versatility of this hero could actually move in from left right, and with its ultimate, he could turn back time probably and go back to his previous position, and that would deem quite crucial when it comes to team fights, most especially in this stage of the tournament. Meanwhile, we are going to follow this up with a Lady Gen ban from this. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, let's continue with that. Lady Gen ban would be quite crucial as well because the crowd controls would deem quite annoying. This is at par with a Princess Frost um, usage. But we are going to discuss right now on the picks of Execration, wherein a Dakyao is already being picked. Very crucial when it comes to team fights. Ults can actually bring you in the middle of the fray, wherein you could just teleport yourself there, and it will be accompanied by Zoyu mid and a Futsu on the side, probably on a clash lane, this one than Danny. Meanwhile, going on to the side of Nanobot, they will be utilizing a very limb and position-based hero in terms of Mai Shiranui. And also, we are going to see Engar playing a Dharma, knowing this is a very heavy damage dealing type of hero usually used in the clash lane. So this is quite crucial on how they're going to establish their initiation. So far, I haven't seen any jungle plays or a roamer, so I think they would be picking a jungle for the side of Nanobot, and that would be a Kaiser. Since it would be crucial looking at a Dolia Kaiser, but I think Kaiser in a jungle would still be quite handy on the side of Nanobot.
Definitely, man. I mean, so far we are just gonna be able to see like those set of bands that typically we got to see all across the tournament here so far, and safe to assume that we might just be able to get the pretty even game. Come again, we are talking about nanobots coming from Myanmar, and obviously Execration from the side of Philippines, and they just want to do exactly what they got to do to take this win and W to book their tickets to the grand finals. As we continue towards the draft picks here, Jet, come again, what do we have here?
Okay, since Nanobot right here doesn't have any farm lane yet, I think the most susceptible farm lane heroes that would be used here by Nanobot would be Marco Polo and Alone. And as we can see, it was deleted right away by Execration, and I think we can see a Lady Gen right now. Lady Gen right now. No, Lady Sun rather will be utilized right now by Nanobot as their farm lane hero, and I think they need to fill this up with a very useful roamer for the side of Nanobot. Meanwhile, on the side of Execration, there's still a contemplation whether it be a Luna, a Jing, or a Nakururu to be utilized in the jungle, because it has been locked in right now as a Sansa will be in the probably in the clash lane, or could be a roamer Sansa here. Because set sail could actually bring you and a friend of yours in the middle of the ring, even though you're in the other side of the map. Set sail would actually bring you to another side of the map where in the fray or the team fight would actually initiate. They could just follow up on that, and I think that would be the theme for Execration, having that Dakyao and that Sun Tzu for their side. It would be a team fight heavy lineup, as we say.
Yeah, come again. Now we are about to head straight towards this game here. I mean, a bit of a recap as well towards the lineup. We do have a Dishao, Fuzi, Zuyu, Nakururu, Sansi. We also got a lot of things just pan out here, Jet. But come again, we can say all of these names. The projection is right there. The main factor here: can they project what they execute, or can they execute what they project, as we are now inside of this game? Jet, the first game of the semifinals for today. Let's go.
All right, let's go. It's starting to heat up right now. We can see right now in the middle lane, they really wanted to actually zone out and get some farms here, as Raf from Execration will be facing off against Yoz here as near my Shiranui. Now we see that there's still a link between this Futsa probably or someone from Execration here, as they would like to go on jungle invasion this early on this round. Meanwhile, there would be someone in danger. Would there be a first blind right here as Engar might be dying? Yes, he will be going down.
Crazy.
Zoyu. And that's quite crazy. Without the even in less than the first minute, they were able to eliminate one, and that could mean something for Execration.
Yeah, I mean, snowball runs is so typical now here for Honor of Kings. If you can actually win those casualties just like that and quite quickly, then best believe nanobots, you'd be cautious about your next few decisions. As we get to see a bit of a diversion as well here towards the bottom lane, that is going to be 3 players here from the side of nanobot. Tangling up, might just be able to take Danny away. Personally, Danny, though, is going to be backing up, so that is going to be a matter of zoning here. Now, not really so certain about the tempo here for the set of nanobot. They are swarming in just one direction. As much as possible in this early games, you'd want to have as much lanes in control, but at the same time, it's just going to be nanobot feeding off from the control that EXECRATION has been able to build up from the first initial altercation.
Yes, that's true, Warden, and we are looking at a transition probably going into the clash lane as they would want a victim here, as they would like Sun Tzu to be down, but Set Sail would be launched just to escape from the depths of the jungle and the enemy lane. And I think he will be going back as Hyde needs to hide, and I think that would be quite an escape for that. A disengage would be needed here for EXECRATION so that they could actually re-establish themselves. And just look at how EXECRATION just disengage and moves out of combat, but it means that they would be out of position on their lanes, and it could be utilized right there. Just a sliver though for Nanobot.
Yeah, a bit of a split here for the set of EXECRATION, putting a lot of pressure here on the first layer of tower here, coming from the side of nanobot on the bottom lane. And EXECRATION just going and showing really great control in this very moment or so, but it is going to be coming into a stalemate in this very time. And take a look at this, bit of a diversion as well here towards the mid map. Looking at the rotation here for the set of EXECRATION, my days, loving the way that they are just pushing up cohesively as a unit, ensuring that no one gets leached away coming from the squad.
Yes, that's true. Meanwhile, Foots at the bottom lane right now needs to be careful right now. Danny might be ganked up by 3 people from Nanobot, but he will be able to win. No, he will be down for the count, as that Futsu will be counting how many seconds left so that he will be able to respond. It will be a 2-to-1 situation right now. It would be 2 kills against 1 in favor of Nanobot, and this will continue on right now as they are trying to jockey for position right here, and they would love to actually get more places and get more team fights, most especially on the side of EXECRATION, as they need to get back on a very slight gold. I think that's just pretty equal gold discrepancy that is going on right now.
Yep, most definitely, man. And now this is going to be coming into our next stage of the game, where only 15 seconds left for the Overlord and the Tyrant to spawn. So let's see if it's going to be some sense of like intention as well here for these 2 squads, talking about EXECRATION and Nanobots. Split here, it's going to be a 2-2-1, 2 players here on the bottom lane, 2 on the mid map. And they're looking like they want to swarm the Tyrant here, going to go for this early beatdown. But Danny's right here alongside his teammate Rafay. Can they find a clash to connect with the Tyrant here? Unfortunately for them, they start to lose the altercation. Defeats after defeats, kills after kills. And a bit of a recovery run here for the side of EXECRATION. Looking like they want to turn things around. 2 players now a tag away from going down, but Nanobot stays alive.
Wow, it is quite a very close call for both EXECRATION and Nanobot, wherein we see 3 of the players right now on less than 30% of their HP. Need to scurry away, but need to go on a safe spot just to be able to actually maximize their farm, since they know most of the players right now are just surrounding the Tyrant, and we see that Lianpo just roam around that Tyrant to make sure that no one from EXECRATION did actually try to disturb that Tyrant, because they want their own buffs as well. And we know right now, both the Overlord and the Tyrant would be a very hot contest right here, as Sam would like to actually get his chops right here on the Tyrant, being assisted right now by Yoz. And this might be an uncontested Tyrant going into the side of Nanobot. They will actually get it. Very beautiful. Meanwhile, on the other side, I think EXECRATION would actually prefer to go for that Overlord so that they will be able to actually jockey in for position, because that Vanguard will be spawning for a couple of waves.
Yeah, contention on 3 lanes is going to be enough to put the pressure down in. But keep in mind, Nanobot had a pretty faulty start, but it doesn't really matter in a game of Honor of Kings where you have a slow start, but all of a sudden it turned things around here on this mid stage. And so far we get to see a bit of a trail down for the side of Nanobot. They want to run over those towers. Danny is running away for dear life, hoping for some cavalry to arrive, but no one is there. Nanobot's here, going to go for a snowball run, but quickly, as they say that, Rafay hops inside a scene. And he's going to be able to put off enough pressure to call Nanobots quits for this very clash.
Yep, that needs to be done because they actually got their objective right there, and they were able to take down that outer tower at at the farm lane rather, and it would mean an advantage. It doesn't mean that they need to take more players out. They don't want to go in too deep into getting into team fights because that might prove fatal if Execration they actually get some reinforcements going on their way. Now we have seen right now for Execration going further with that Overlord Vanguards that are going right now on the three lanes. And I think they need to actually jockey in for that position because they're actually starting to get very defensive on this particular time of this tournament. Meanwhile, Set Sail has been launched right now by Hyde, and because he needs to actually get out. And but fortunately for Execration, they were able to take also one outer tower on side of the farm lane of Nano. But I think it's just a very equal situation right now. We see golds are just very equal. No actual advantage. Very no visual advantage right now on this both sides. Still very equal.
Yeah, literally equal, man. I mean, no gap whatsoever. It's just all gonna come down to the next possible clash. Who will be able to dictate the pacing of this game? And so far, Nanobot is gonna be on the front foot for this one. They wanna barge in, break the tower down. But in fact, we get to see players from the side of Execration want to stall this one out, but they're gonna be coming in pretty late for this one. And here we go, 5v5 clash. Jet, take it away.
Okay, but I think they're still just jockeying for the position, although that set sail from Sunso was just utilized early on, that this will be a cooldown for that. Meanwhile, we'll see probably a jungle invasions Engar with that Dharma just waiting around as Sam wanted to poke in and jockey for that position. But meanwhile, at the top lane, it is just a commotion toward here. Thermal Smash going to be deployed right there by Ivy, but no one has just been eliminated there.
What a play.
It was a very safe space. Thank you, 𝐑𝐎𝐿, for letting us out there.
Hell yeah,
Wow.
bro. That was insane. I mean, he that just could have ended so disastrously. But fortunately, TP came in, calls rendezvous. We don't want to have a piece off that. Want to settle for the reset, head straight for another setup now. Execration. Nanobots all tied up. A bit of progress for the towers here. Will be coming from the side of Nanobot, but it might just turn around if ever Execration, Danny and Rafay might just be able to win this very altercation. They do have a bit of gap, but unfortunately for them at the same time, Yaoi is just a bit too hard to deal with. So it's still gonna be, you know, them finding the waters on exactly how to approach this very scenario. And best believe, I mean, Jad, I thought that we will be able to get like a snowball run, but this might just go down to the wire.
Yes, I think as well it will go to the wire, Warden, because when you take a look at their kill composition, it is still a 5-2 advantage going into the side of Nanobots, but I think it is still a commotion going on in the middle of the tier 2 tower that's right here. But I think that Nakoruru was in danger. He was pulled in by the Dharma, and Nakoruru will be going down for the count as we see Sam trying to get a chase on Hyde, but Hyde, will he be able to actually hide on this one? I think not anymore, as Yoz will be going there to clean it up, and it will be an advantage starting to build up on the side of Nanobot.
Yeah, killing spree here for Nanobot. Just the kill gap here, slowly but surely building up. Gonna go for the invasion as well towards the jungle. There's only one gonna be player from the side of Execration that will be nearing that. A bit of a rundown here for Execration, but what is that play coming in from the side of Nekari? Will be able to sustain the top lane. And now, Execration gets the call as well. Invasion comes in, they want to go for the clash, but Nanobot falls back, and that's exactly the play you'd want for if you're on the side of Nanobot.
Yes, that's true, and Nanobot is really making Execration chase them away. And when you look at Nanobot's positioning when it comes to team fight initiations, they really wanted to trap and pinch in to get that particular pick off. And then when there are reinforcements going up, they're going to scurry away. And I think right now it will be an uncontested overlord on the side of Nanobot, and they will be having those vanguards for a couple of waves as soon as the next wave will actually be deployed. And now we are looking at probably a challenge going there on the top lane. And yes, there would be a challenge going on, but I think they will be able to escape on that. Whew, very close calls, and that is what Nanobot is trying to do with Execration, but Execration really need in making their people get out of the way, and what they need to do is actually try to pick Raph off their screens right now, because if they want to actually be successful in actually getting on team fights, they need to take out the 𝐑𝐎𝐿.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. But EXECRATION has a different plan here. They want to invade towards this bottom side as well. But 3 players from the side of NANOBOT is going to be pushing up here towards the top lane. It's going to be an exchange in regards to how this one's going to play out. NANOBOT, they have the front foot once more. It's just all going to come down to EXECRATION to put up the greater defense, win and sustain this another wave. But NANOBOT quickly diverts back. I think they want to play off the Tyrant instead. EXECRATION going to be split away too far. And the foothold from the side of EXECRATION is going to be too far away. But looking like it's going to settle for a clash. Who is it going to be? Let's come and find out.
Okay, let's see what's going to happen here as we see people from NANOBOT trying to actually get away from the team fight, trying to disengage and just make the split from EXECRATION push even further so that they can actually pick them off. Now, if they will be able to successfully do that, like say for example right now as Sam wanting to initiate but set sail will be launched by Sunswa, trying to get out from that because he knows there are a lot of people from NANOBOT who will be there, but it means it would be bigger space for NANOBOT to actually get that Tyrant just like that.
Yeah, I mean, 2 in a row here for NANOBOT on the Tyrant, and that is going to be opening up their buff here for them to win this very clash. There we go. 1 player goes down. That is going to be hide here from the side of EXECRATION. The rest of the squad here, the cavalry, arrives, rendezvous out. NANOBOT a bit too late, and they're going to get trailed down here. Sam, what can you do? Absolutely nothing at all. They get obliterated down. You tickle the bear, we'll bite you down. NANOBOT losing that very clash.
Oh my, that was quite dangerous for NANOBOT. They were in too deep and they were not that complete when it comes to that last team fight that's going on that certain instance. Now we are seeing EXECRATION trying to get back on the track, but it is just a very slight pendulum that is happening between EXECRATION and NANOBOT. We're in on either way because it would mean on the later onsets of this game, whoever makes the most fatal mistake would mean that this round on this semi-final tournament. And when you're looking at it right now, I think there would be a defense going on the side of NANOBOT, but EXECRATION was able to steal 1 tower for them, and it will continue right here. Meanwhile, the jungle invasion might be going on the side of NANOBOT. They're trying to jockey in for that Azure Golem, and I think it was taken by 𝐁𝐅 if I'm not mistaken. And well, let's see what's going on next up as they are just trying to jockey in for position in the jungle and probably get on some team fights going on.
Yeah, here we go. EXECRATION now is going to be their turn here to play on the offensive side. NANOBOT, they have more than enough capabilities to actually stop the flow here from the set of EXECRATION. Bottom lane, invaded, pushing up now. 5 players just going to be right around the parameter here for a set of NANOBOT. They tangle Misura down. They want to go for the chase down. Support comes in here. That's going to be 𝐁𝐅 trying to save the day, able to endure, and the pressure lives on. But unfortunately for them, 1 player already taken away from the mess. NANOBOT now surging towards this mid-map, and they want to take everything that EXECRATION is offering.
Now, we can see that they really wanted to go on together. Meanwhile, Sam wanted to get that Overlord, but there will be vision that is coming on from 𝐁𝐅, and let's see what will EXECRATION react to this one, or they will just leave this behind. As we see, 𝐊𝐈𝐍𝐵 was able to actually detect that member from EXECRATION, and they were able to pick that off also with that Overlord, and now they will be continuing on this one, and there will be 3 people down on the side of EXECRATION right now as we are going to make it 4 probably on the side of NANOBOT. Yes, they will be able to do that, and they'll be continuing to actually apply even harder pressure probably on the middle lane as they are waiting for the vanguards to actually march on and break that tier 2 tower of EXECRATION.
3 lanes occupied. NANOBOT right now can win another wave and close out the deal. EXECRATION here falling behind the spawns, playing around the base, hoping for best out of the best in this very case. And here we go, NANOBOT surging in, mid turret already done. It's gonna be them going for the pusher towards the base, zoning it up. No players from the side of EXECRATION left here to go for the defense. They try to barge in, they go for the recovery. They do find one, they do find a double, but enough to be said. NANOBOT now playing away from the scene, frailing now. They're gonna call for a rendezvous, just a bit of a setback. Just a bit of a reset is all that they need to go for another wave. Can they close out the deal here?
Let's see about that as we see members of NANOBOT right now trying to get in game for position right now, and there will be 2 people from EXECRATION that will be going down. Also, the crystal will be going down as we are going to the second game as NANOBOT will be taking game number 1 of this tournament.
Beautiful, beautiful play from the side of NANOBOT. Come on now. Gonna talk about how EXECRATION was able to start things off the dome. They were on top already, getting that early aggression towards the invasion, getting the first kill, didn't translate to anything at all as we head straight towards the middle stage. You got to see that the coordination was so spot on for a set of nanobots, pushing all together, and my oh my, talk about the MVP, Neck Carry, finding 6 eliminations and 3 assists. No bodies dropped at all.
Yes, that's true. And we are also looking at how Nanobot actually go transition from position to position, wherein when they are in a pinch, they really wanted to scurry away. They don't want to go into too much depth on actually initiating team fights or go for the team wipe. They just want to either get a pick off, and if they would be compromised, they would actually back off. Or when they are initiating team fights, they're not just initiating team fights, they would be zoning out members of execration away from the outer tower or the inner tower, so that they will be able to create a distraction, so that they will be able to destroy the tower and have that meat shield in the form of ivy as their lianko.
Yeah, man. I mean, the coordination come again is something that I just want to keep on commending here for a set of nanobots. It doesn't matter for them if they have a slow start. It's just all about turning it up now towards the mid game. EXECRATION, I mean, we saw a lot of efforts there, but a bit of struggle as well for the set of Hyde and Danny, as they weren't really able to do their roles respectively. And come again, I mean, I was expecting this game to be pretty close, but if you take a look at the gap as well, like the elimination, 6-14 is really something that you don't really expect from the boys of EXECRATION.
That's true, and it was quite bizarre to see Futze in the farm lane, and I didn't think that it worked on the side of execution. I think they need a better farm lane at that particular round, because it just led to harassment after pick offs that has been done by Nano, but that was actually most of the casualties on that particular invasion. That's why it gave space for Nanobot to actually push through further, and that would mean it was a slow but a sure way to actually give the win to Nanobot. And that was quite a commendable play, because they really need to be careful on this level of this tournament right now. Because when you make mistakes on this level, it could be fatal. You could mean you lose the tournament.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Come again, it's just for us to wait it out for the next game as well, and how this one's going to play through. If I'm not mistaken as well, this is going to be a best of 5 no here for, or best of 3. All right, so hey, we'll see if ever EXECRATION can actually turn things up the notch, or are they actually going to fall down on that second game as well? I mean, odds wise, it's not really looking so promising for them, all because of the dominance that Nanobot was able to show on towards the later game. And that's really the beauty of Honor of Kings, is that it doesn't really matter if you take the L for the first initial waves. What matters is really you closing it up and just putting a lot of progress to get a breakthrough towards the crystal.
That's true. And with that, I think that's how Honor of Kings is played.
Yep.
The more you play it safe, the more you actually make something work. And if you, for example, be aggressive but be safe as well, that's
Perfect.
that's the way to actually get into those wins with that. And not much being defensive, but say for example, if you play defense, you also be ready for a counter attack or a counter initiation for that. Say for example, if you're going to hug towers and you're gonna get pinched, try to do a counter pinch as well for that someone who actually wanted to zone out. Now, with that, this could be another way to actually initiate a team fight, or probably gank up, like use your numbers and use the terrain, most especially. And that is how this games actually work and do on your favorites. More position, jockeying for resources as well, and how you actually get that team fight initiation right. Because for you to be able to win that team fight, the initiation should be crisp and perfect. So, Morgan, I think that would be it for this game number 1, and I think we'll be having our game number 2 after this break.
Right, we'll see. Come again, guys. Game number 2, can EXECRATION actually put up a comeback, or can we see Nanobots close it out and book their tickets to the finals? We'll be finding that one out after a short break. We'll be right back, guys.
See you.
First blood. Tower shields have been shattered. Catapults moving out. Blue team has red team has Killing spree. Shut down. Fabulous. Overlord has been defeated. Red team has slain. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team rampage. Blue team has Red team godlike. Godlike. Blue team has slain an enemy. Fabulous.
Welcome to Battle for Supremacy, Reign of Supreme. Don't mean to butcher that, by the way. And come again, guys. If you guys missed the action on the first initial start, we got to see EXECRATION naturally faltering under the boys of Myanmar. Nanobots getting the pretty dominant win, 16-4 in regards to the elimination. And at the same time, in regards to like the progress for getting the break towards the crystal, it was kind of like even at the same time. But moving over, we got to see the latter stage where all of a sudden Nanobots just started to turn up and just break through and get the crystal locked in.
Yes, and we have seen Nanobot how they executed their gameplay, and what mattered most on Nanobot is that their ability to wisely disengage, and
Definitely.
that would mean that would matter to them, where they really don't want to make mistakes by getting in too deep just to pick off someone from execution. They wanted to actually pull back and just get the objective nearby. Say, for example, a tower or the tyrant or the overlord, whichever is near, or the even the golems that would matter the most. So let's not make it too long, and let's begin our drafting phase for our game number 2.
Yeah, let's see and come find out who is it going to be now. Come again, we got to see some all staple bands in regards to both of these teams, and looking like they want to go for some sense of mirror as well. There is some sense of familiarities in regards to how things are playing out. Come again, Jet. What about you? How are you feeling about this so far right from the start?
Yes, I think there's still the criminals of the Banhammer, and yes, that would be a Mai Shiranui on Nanobot and a Dakyao for Nanobot as well. Meanwhile, on the other side, they will be banning that Dolia. They know how potent that Dolia is, most especially with that cooldown reduction that she could actually dish out. That would be quite fatal, most especially if this would be utilized by probably Kaiser or someone that would mean a sense of invulnerability for a few seconds, and that would mean resets after resets, and team fights would actually go longer. That's why Dolia needs to actually go away. And this early as well on the side of execution, we know with that parasol in hand, that parasol actually be placed somewhere and could actually mean a quick disengage, a quick escape that for that early on that sense. Now, meanwhile, we are going to start the picks on a Nanobot. Nanobot will be picking a Lady Jen as of the moment. Lady Jen, very good mid um hero, and the crowd controls would remain quite good here. Meanwhile, I think this would be interesting for me to see a Dun, and this Dun, even though he's using a smite for his common skill, this could actually be used as a roamer even with a smite skill. It is I've noticed from the current meta that um some teams utilize a double smite for a quick utilization or a quick get or quick pick off, rather the right term is quick pick off
Hmm.
of the golems or on the tyrant or on the overlord. And I think that would be the case probably of execration right now, as they have picked a Dun on this one. This could be this could be a clash lane, this could be a jungle, and this could go as a roamer. Now, going to the side of Nanobot, Nanobot has picked a Menki. Menki would be very annoying to kill because of the shields that he could actually provide. And that Sunbin, meaning with that Sunbin pick for Nanobot, it could actually mean Nanobot wanted to do a very quick transitioning from different lanes because of the move speed
Could be,
and the
yeah.
movement slow that Sunbin can provide.
Oh yeah, I mean Sunbin, I main this character by the way. I mean,
Oh.
not the flex, but I got like locked in like 40 games and got like a 90% win rate off this Sunbin. I mean, I love this. I love this hero pick quite a lot, and obviously you got the heal as well to back it up, and obviously onwards to the middle stage as well. You can obviously give your team some shields, extra shields, and it just helps quite a lot in regards to like disengaging off those clashes. And I think like that really favors us well in regards to like how the playstyle really panned out on the first game for the set of nanobots.
Yeah, that's true. And looking at what is being picked right now for Nanobot, I think they need to actually look for a really good farm lane pick, as we have seen Execration remove that Long and that Marco Polo again. And we've seen right now for the side of Nanobot, they're removing that Lianpo and Zhang Fei. So I think it could be a roamer or it could be a jungle for execration for this one. So let's see what would be the pick here, and that would be a Hino. Oh, Hino
Okay.
mid or Hino. Well, Mayin would be Clash Lane then, and I think that Hino would be mid.
You know, you did talk about like double smite setup here for the set of execration. I mean, a lot of those pro teams does not really fiddle with it quite a lot. It does take a bit of time as well for your progression, but if ever you can pull it off, then pick it, why not? Let's see if it's going to be applicable here for this round for execration. And come again, guys, they need to get this one badly. They can't afford to let this one slide. You don't want to miss your tickets for that grand finals. And a bit of a mental setback once again. I mean, you got dominated on the very first game. It's going to take quite a lot for you to actually bounce back. And looking like we are going to be getting to see 4 flashes here and 1 smite just for the set of execration. And on the flip side, it's still going to be a bit of a mix and match. Obviously, you have Sunbin there. You would want to get that heal locked in for your squad. And the rest will be history, as we are now going to be transitioning towards this game. Jet, I want to know your predictions.
It could be hard, but might be an edge for Nanobot for their mobility potential. But for execution, they really need to actually step up on how they're going to execute this game, and we'll see about that on how they're going to actually apply what they're planning into probably a surprise here and there. And I would love to see surprises on how they're going to pull this off. So, how about you?
I mean, I'm absolutely in it for a surprise as well. I want to say game number 3 here for this very series, and looking like we are about to head straight towards the game now. Nanobot's gonna be on the lead for the series. EXECRATION, can you find a means to bounce back? Let's come and find out soon enough. And here we go. Games ensues. Jet, let's go.
All right. Well, it's just a very early part of the Hero Scourge right now as we are trying to warm up for game number 2 right here in Battle for Supremacy Reign Supreme, just here in Honor of Kings as Yoz will be facing up against Mitsuru with the Taino. Now let's see how are they going to actually apply this one so we're going to observe probably there's a still a very typical, I should say, typical laning stage that they're going to have right now as we see the roamers just right there babysitting their farm laners. Meanwhile, Mitsuru and Yoz might be into heated exchange right now as we might be seeing one as well right here at the bottom lane. And yes, it's still just them jockeying for position, just getting their farms, and not much trouble that is going to happen. As of the moment, still very peaceful right now, Warden.
Yeah, really good pressure here for a set of EXECRATION actually towards this bottom lane. I mean, it's gonna be well given. This is a bit of like a different tempo as well, and how it went down the first game around, or the first round here, and clearly it's just gonna be all L staple. Nothing much going on. It's just all gonna come down to the jungling, but we might just be able to see a bit more action as well coming from the top side of the map. 3 players, 3v3 might just be the way here, but it's gonna be Hyde actually getting tangled up by 2 players. So yeah, still gonna be a back and forth, gonna be a big old stalemate, but there's gonna be a lot of opportunities and window for possible clashes.
Yep, that would be quite the accurate description to that, as we might see Carl might want to dive in against Yoz, but he decided not to do that because probably the danger of that tower is still looming right there. And we're just seeing people jockeying for position. They really wanted to get that dominance on that laning stage, and they wanted to get that early farm so that their items would be there right in time. Meanwhile, I think Danny and Raph trying to just pick off some of the resources from the jungle of Nanobot right here, as it is not quite a very troublesome matchup right now. Both teams really playing safe at this one, and there are no rash invasions that are going to happen here. And I think this will continue on the until the Overlord and the Tyrants will be spawning quite soon.
Yeah, we mean we still have like a minute and 10 seconds to play with before anything else that happens. So it's just gonna be testing the waters out once more in regards to how this one's gonna play through. Still a bit of a heavy contention here right around the parameter for the Overlord. And there's gonna be a lot of more players here from the set of EXECRATION. But come again, still not gonna be going into any way whatsoever. I mean, both teams are just tickling each other. No commitments, not just yet. In regards to goal discrepancy, it's not really worth mentioning as well, as no clashes has truly happened. But we get to see Sunbin's on speed up buff will be invested here, just ensuring that, you know, they put EXECRATION back to their spot.
Yes, that's true, and we are looking for that lane, probably going to the middle lane as they wanted to invade and wrap around the jungle, as Sam might be in too deep right there, but no, he will be able to safely get out of that because of his skills. And there might be some scouting that's going on here as Engar would look at Carl and Hyde just right there trying to invade that clash lane, but going right back as there would be a rotation probably that is going to ensue here at the farm lane as Danny and Raph would be going on to defend. And now we are seeing the Tyrant has been spawned. There might be a con that will be going on here as we see Sam would be going into that Tyrant. Who will be able to pick up that Tyrant? It would be EXECRATION that will be picking that team. What a steal actually, but first blood will be dealt by Nanobot, and there would be 2 people going down on the side of EXECRATION. They will be paying that much just to get that Tyrant buff, and that would be a 2-1 situation right here on the side of Nanobot as they are going to pressure right now in the middle lane.
Yeah, was it worth it? I'm not so certain about it. Maybe we'll find out later on in the later stage of the game. For now, though, Nanobot gonna be able to make some progress breakthrough here on this mid map. Gonna be able to take the first layer of tower out already. It might just be a conversion as well here for the top side, but it's gonna be EXECRATION actually having more numbers added. Now, Left and right we go. Everywhere you get to look, there is going to be that possible altercation, possible casualty that will be happening here. It's going to be Sam trying to take this away from Carl, but Carl hooks away. And he's going to be able to survive for this time being. But take a look at this. Raph, Danny, what are you going to be able to do? Absolutely nothing for the side of Danny. Raph, just watch his teammate go down. Well, unfortunate. Nanobot still going to be able to take the lead. And the gap for the gold will be immense.
That's true, and we are looking right now at the middle lane. Would there be any more troubles? As we see tier 1 middle tower on the side of Execration has just crumbled earlier on, and that would mean more space for Nanobot to actually rotate either on the clash lane or in the farm lane. Now there would be more pressure going on as they would like to destroy that bottom tier tower on the side of Execration, and they will be able to successfully do that. Now Nanobot 𝐁𝐅 might be in danger here as he will be killed right there by Carl, and that would mean another pressure situation going on as Carl and that Mayin will be pressuring that clash lane right now, and they would actually be successful in breaking that second tier tower. Meanwhile, they're still busy going on right here at the bottom lane, and that would mean I think they really need to actually move in, but that also means that Execration is actually doing quite right in actually creating pressure on the clash lane, wherein they're actually winning on that side, but on the middle and the farm lane, it is still highly contested on this one.
Yeah, I mean, Execration, good job for them to be able to pull away. Come again, we are going to be put to a stalemate now. I mean, the Overlord is going to be well available as well for contention. It's just going to be a matter of questioning now whether will Nanobot going to go for it. Unfortunately, I mean, on a coaching standpoint, you don't want to go for this. There might just be a possible pinch, but at the same time, those two players on the bottom lane is going to be far away from the scene. Hyde and his teammate, that's going to be Carl, will be the only players right around the vicinity. And look at this, aggressively pushing up. They really want to take away Hyde. Beautiful takeaway. And that is going to be Sunbin actually finding the elimination.
But look at here at the bottom lane, Execration really applying that side pressure right now. I think that was the key to how they're actually winning these lanes, and it would mean there would be more zoning out that's happening right now, so they would be probably successful in actually breaking that bottom tier tower, and that Mankey also goes down with it. Now, it is the high ground that is being pressured right now by Execration. They really wanted to go to game number 3 on this one, and it is still continuing as they will be able to successfully take out that high ground tower on the side of Nanobot. Now, how will Nanobot respond to this, knowing that their lanes are being slowly but surely being bitten down and broken apart by Execration at this moment?
Yeah, I mean, Execration is just doing so good so far, ensuring that they really have the momentum here. Come again, progression is something you do want to eye for, especially if you want to take this win. There's no absolute way to win this game, not until you break that crystal there, and that bottom lane already cleared out. That is going to be putting on a pressure here. The question remains here, what kind of possession can Nanobot put up now up against Execration? Are they going to settle for another clash here towards this mid lane? Looking like might just be the possible case. Tyrant now contested. Who is it going to be? Looking like Execration takes this one away. Carl finds the connection.
And yes, they need to scurry away before someone falls down on the side of Nanobot, because as we have observed, it is a super minion wave already on the side of Execration going further on the farm lane. Now, there is a jungle invasion that is going on right now on the side of Nanobot. Meanwhile, that is also the Execration right now really wanted to actually apply pressure in that middle lane so that the minion waves of both Clash lane and farm lane, they will be able to freely push on that one. Now, Danny might be in danger here. Yes, he will be going down. But in exchange, they will be able to take down 𝐁𝐅 on that. So it would still be a 4v4 situation that's going on right now. They really need to rotate on that. And we are seeing a pressure might be Hyde. Needs to hide, but no, he won't be successful in that hiding, and he will be going down.
Yeah, Nanobots roll out. Let's go. You're taking this one away. Execration, come again. You had a really good start, but now you are falling to the hands of Nanobots. 8-4 here for the kill gap. It might just be some more as well. So we get to see second to the last layer here for this mid lane. Gonna get contested. Sam's gonna be trying to run away off from the scene. Carl gonna be able to go for the trail down. And the progression comes in here. This is what we asked for from the side of Nanobot, and they are now converting with progress.
Yep, they really need to do that on the side of Nanobot so that they'll be able to
The
most
Overlord
especially the
Empire
high ground
defends
bottom tower that has been demolished earlier on. Now they really wanted to get that overlord so that they'll be able to actually push further as well, and
Overlord
they will
has
be able
been
to apply pressure as
defeated.
well on the side of execution. Now they will be successful in getting that overlord for nanobot. Meanwhile, there might be a jungle invasion that is going on right now for in the side of nanobot, but they needed to actually assert their position as of the moment, but
Red team
um
has
they need to be
destroyed a
careful
tower.
as well as we speak right now, because one fatal mistake here, one casualty here, it means there would be more space for the other side to actually push further. Now we see execution really challenging that tyrant, but would there be a contest right after this one? As we see, there is no one on the side of Nanobot who actually wanted to go further and try to dive in for that initiation, and I think they would settle for that one for one trade for that huge objectives.
It's unfortunate as well. I think Sam had a smite to try to go for the steal, but unfortunately he came in a bit too late for this one. And now Execration, you get the Tyrant, you have an option right now to fall back, just try to get her up and funnel through and make the play. But actually, no, we got to see Nanobot as well, having the Overlord for their side. So it is going to be a split push here for this one. And looking like they want to funnel things here towards this center part of the map. Execration, Nanobot about to go for it.
Yep, it would be quite an action-packed situation here as they would jockey in for position, and there would be someone that's diving right now, might be in danger right here. Mitsura into deep, but he will be going back safe and sound, but someone, Engar, will be going down for the count, and that would be a 5v4 situation right now on the side of Execration. They really wanted to take advantage of that numbers advantage that is going onto their side right now. Either they wanted to make the pressure or they would exploit the resources that is in the jungle right now. That's we can see the Azure Golem of Nanobot was just taken away by Execration. They really need to be careful in taking objectives because they just actually pick off one with that long series of team fights. They won't be able to eliminate that much, and they really need to be careful on how they're going to initiate team fights. Like right here, right now, they want more. They want more. Probably yes. The Menki will be going down, and yes, they will be giving it to them. But in exchange, they'll be able to take hide Nanobots in a 3v4 situation. As of the moment, they really need to jockey them down on how they will be able to defend their middle tower, as it is being continuously pressured by Execration as of the moment.
Again, Execration has this window here for this bottom lane, but unfortunately for them, they're not really be able to get any opportunities whatsoever for them to get the breakthrough here for the crystal. It's just going to be them, once again, playing defense. Want to play the jungle game? Let's give it to them. And now it's going to be Nanobot here. It's going to be scrambling across towards this top side of the map. I mean, I think they want to set things up here for this moment. But come again, we are expected to get like a minute or two of a stale time. Nothing much is going to be happening here. It's just all going to come down once again to the timing.
Yep, timing is quite the matter here right now, Warden, as they want to actually create a really good initiation and a really good follow-up that would actually succeed for them in these team fights. No overlords, no tyrants right now, and I think they really need to jockey in for that position if they will be going for that jungle invasion that is going on right now. I think Nanobot right now really just wanted to go play on defense and really wanted to scare away members of Execration so that they will be able to actually scout in further and create a bit of a push on their side. Meanwhile, someone from the bottom lane, I think it's Hyde, really wanted to get in further on that, as a lane, or Engar rather, will be actually stepping back. But there might be a contest that's going on here. Meanwhile, the Enhanced Overlord will be depleting, slowly going down, and it will be going on the side of Nanobot. What a crucial kill theft on that, but at what cost? Two people from Nanobot will be going down, and the continuous jungle invasion, Mitsura will be chasing up three people from Nanobot here, as they would like to apply pressure on this one. But to no avail, Engar was able to respawn at that perfect time to be able to eliminate Mitsura. But in the middle lane, would they be able to also defend on this one? Nope. Engar will be going down on the second time, as two people left right now on the side of Nanobot. But the Vanguards will be going on their side.
Yeah, props to them on this one. Here we go. Coming to see another slay here for the Tyrant here, coming from the side of Execration. And clearly right now, it is going to be a very close game here. Much more longer in how it went down on the very first round. And my days, going to talk about the impact here coming from the side of Danny and Mayin, just slowly leading the squad here in regards to the eliminations in the impact as well. And obviously not going to be a possible thing, especially if Raph will not be playing as Ming, doing such a great job as well, just supporting the squad overall. Now, EXECRATION, what's going to be the setup looking like? They want to funnel things here towards this mid-map. Just allocating Mayin here, aka Hide, on the top lane as well. Here we go. Another heavy clash about to ensue.
Yep, as we speak right now, it will be the Azure Golem going down first. It will be going to the side of EXECRATION as Carl will be taking that. But there would be an continuous application of pressure right now as EXECRATION will be transitioning, going into the top. But they would like to actually probably go into the middle wherein there would be less pressure that, but they might be in danger here as Sam will be going in, and that might prove fatal on the side of EXECRATION as they will be falling down one by one on this one, and that would be 2 people down on the side of EXECRATION. That is actually out for the count for around 30-40 seconds right now. Make it 3, excuse me, and Carl might be also going down on this one. Done, really being done right here, and still being alive. No, not anymore. And that would mean Nanobot will be able to get back on their push right here, right now, as they would like to apply more pressure and get back on this particular game as they are continuing to march on and get that objective slowly but surely, because EXECRATION only have 1 person alive.
Yeah, gotta keep in mind here, EXECRATION has been able to get 4 Tyrants already. They're on the loose, but Nanobot's gonna try to get a breakthrough here on the Crystal, but they don't really have the life to back it up now. Fall away, Nanobots fall back. Don't want to go for a rollout, not just yet. It's gonna be EXECRATION successfully defending the Crystal here. They're gonna be able to endure for another wave, but talk about the progress, talk about the gap here. It is still gonna be pretty immense for the side of Nanobot, and they're gonna call for a recall here, gonna call for a massive reset.
Yes, that is needed by Nanobot, because if they went in too deep and forced that crystal break over there, it was quite time for EXECRATION's dead members to actually respawn. They might get caught, because we have seen earlier, Warden, that their lives quite less than 20%, or probably around 15 to 10% at that point. Meanwhile, Carl saw Sam over there, might contemplate on actually going further, but no, he won't be, because he knows that there are more people from Nanobot that was there, and I think Edgar will just be scouting right there in the middle lane.
Here we go. Now that we got all the grounds all equalized, pretty much every player here is going to be maxed out. There's no excuses anymore. It's just all going to come down to the proper execution. The proper clash is here. Here we go. Overlord now going to get contested, but looking like they don't want to go for the commitment not just yet. Want to clear out, want to win this clash first. Even if they don't really get the Overlord, just get the clash. That might just be a dagger as well to close out the deal here. Come again, EXECRATION, they do have that map control, but unfortunately for them, the CCs are going to be connecting now. We get to see Hyde is going to be out. Same goes for the side of Danny. Trying to run away for dear life. The investments coming in from the side of Nanobot is pretty huge, and they are so concise, they are so precise, compact as a quad, and they're going to be able to cohesively push down, burn down the players from the side of EXECRATION.
Yes, that is quite crucial for the side of Nanobot, as 5 of them still alive, and they are continuing to apply pressure right there in the middle lane. As proven from it would be Mitsura going down right now, and I think Rafa will actually follow suit. Now they will be breaking down this middle high ground tower, and also the crystal right now, as Nanobot right now wanting to secure that finals, but they really need to wait for that cannon, and they will be breaking the crystal, and they will be going to the finals as they will eliminate EXECRATION 2-0.
Wow, Nanobots, a round of applause for you. And now, what awaits them is either Mahadewa or Blacklist International on the other side. But for a moment or so, take a look at this. Esther MVP is going to be Mitsura. Just being such a good supportive player here for the squad. Getting the slays well done. We got Hyde, Carl, Danny here. Everything just went so well for the side of EXECRATION, only for the later part of the early stage of the game. But want to talk about the proper MVP? Yaz, my days, 4-1-11. This guy is just able to impact the squad big time, especially off those clashes.
Yes, that was quite crucial for them to actually get that very vital wins. Most especially, we know that of the high ground tower of Nanobot was actually demolished earlier on by Execution. They were able to hold on to their defenses, not take too much depth when it comes to winning team fights. Say for example, if they win team fights, they won't go in too deep. They will just settle for what they can reach before their opponents will spawn and then regroup. Try to get another team fight, try to win another team fight, and then continue on until they will be able to actually take advantage on that very high respawn time on the side of Execration. We're in around 30 to 40 seconds for 4 people on Execration is down, and then it would mean an advantage play going onto the side. Meaning, right here in Honor of Kings, if you make a fatal mistake in the late game, that would be crucial and that would mean a win for your team. And just like what happened right now in Nanobot. And Nanobot right now will be going into the finals. Once again, from Warden and Jet, congratulations to Nanobot.
G to the G's, well played. I mean, come on, Yaz. My days. Talk about his impact as well. 33% off the damage dealt here. I mean, closest player for his squad was really just Nakari as well. But, you know, that is something that you really want to have for it, especially if you are going to be preparing now for the fight on the grand finals. But come again, what awaits them is going to be Mahadewa up and against Blacklist International. Whoever wins will book the second ticket to the grand finals. But before we head straight towards the match, we're going to have a short break. We'll be right back, guys.
See you later. Watch the highlights.
First, blue team double kill. Red team has slain. Blue team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain. Red team has destroyed. Blue team has destroyed a tower. Red team has. Blue team has. Red team has slain. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has. Blue team has. Red team has slain. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team rampage. Team rampage. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team has. Blue team has. Blue team has destroyed a tower. Blue team free. Blue team killing spree.
Okay, the last match of our semifinals right here in Battle for Supremacy Reign Supreme Season 1. Jet with Warden right here. And this will be a matchup between Blacklist International versus Mahadewa Esports. Both teams coming off from their quarterfinal. Very dominant victory for both teams. And this will be very tight soon, Warden. And what do you expect here?
I mean, Blacklist International, they haven't able to prove themselves already in multiple titles as well. For them to try to, get their names up here on the pedestal for Honor of Kings is something that I'm pretty excited myself. Mahadewa, though, I mean, these guys might just be the dark horses for this tournament. I mean, they have been able to climb all throughout quite convincingly as well. Same goes for Blacklist International. And whoever wins this very series, come again, does have to go up against Nanobots there that is waiting on the grand finals.
Yep, and that would mean quite an interesting piece here for both Blacklist and Mahadewa. And for, I think, Nanobot right here, since they have actually won the semifinal round and will be clinching that final spot, I think Nanobot will be watching really closely on this one.
Definitely.
Who will they be facing off? Would it be the Filipinos from Blacklist International or the Indonesians from Mahadewa Esports? And with that, that would be quite an interesting matchup right here. Both teams, well, very quite dominant both on their victories coming off from their quarterfinals. And going into that, we'll see how they're going to play out with these different styles. You have mentioned earlier that Blacklist International has actually been really dominant in the esports scene into different and various titles. On this one, Mahadewa, quite a surprise here as this is the last Indonesian team and the last Filipino team that is going to be here on our semifinals. Who will be falling down on this one and who will be going into the finals? Very interesting pick right here. Very interesting matchup right there.
Again, if you guys want to have a refresher as well, what's going to be the lineup looking like for the set of Mahadewa? We got Mello, we got Enix, Fade, Mons, and 𝐑𝐎𝐍𝐿. And for the set of Blacklist International, we got Chami, Joshi, Aaron, Golden, Kite, and Chaz. So, hey, let's see if these players are going to be enough to really book their tickets here for this grand finals. Come again, guys. This is the reign of supreme Honor of Kings under the banner of Battle for Supremacy, our team Dow. And we want to take our sponsors once again. Here we got BFStv Top Up. We got, a lot of things more that you can do or you can use under the Telegram bot that we have for Battle for Supremacy.
Yes, that's true. And with that, you can actually buy, sell, trade crypto tokens like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, Algo, Solana, and more. And unlike other platforms that you need to download and sign separately to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Team Wallet Bot makes it easier for you and more accessible for everyone by saving your time and effort through Supreme ETFs or Supreme Exchange Traded Funds in this Team Wallet. Now you can purchase Bitcoin, Ethereum with just one click, and it has been integrated in all these features into a single system, making it more convenient and efficient for its users. Just search at Team Wallet Bot in Telegram to take advantage of this convenient tool.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And here we go. I mean, soon enough, we're about to ensue this very first game for the semifinals number 2. Come again, guys. It is Blacklist International and Mahadewa. And, we kind of had like this prediction as well. We kind of had this like conversation in regards to predictions. And for the most of it, I want to have a bit of a recap as well. Let's start things off here with you, Jet. How do you feel about the series? How far do you think this one's going to
go? I want to see Mahadewa make a surprise here. And we all know Blacklist would be the more prominent team with the number of accolades that they have earned on various titles, and we want to see how Mahadewa will actually fare with the type of team that Blacklist has. And now that they're in the semifinal tournament right here, I think they deserve to actually go one-on-one with this one. And this will be quite tough to call for me, but we'll see how both teams would actually perform this round.
All right, here we go. Let's see if that's gonna be something that could go down to the wire here, perhaps. Come again. We are still waiting for the players to get ready. Before anything else, guys, if you are a fan of Blacklist International, come again, comment down below, hashtag break the code, hashtag go Blacklist International. If you're on the side as well, for the side of Mahadewa, comment down below, hashtag go Mahadewa. It's a battle between Indonesia and the Philippines. And I know for a fact the crowd is going to be going out wild once this game about to start.
Yes, it would be quite wild because I think there is a loud and a lot of people right here in this tournament that is actually wanting to actually watch this one, and that would mean quite an interesting pick between Mahadawa and Blacklist. It would be a matchup for the semifinal round, and hopefully our players are ready on the other side of the fence, and because honestly I'm ready, you're ready, our audiences are ready, and a lot of people are ready to see Blacklist and Mahadewa go clash on the Heroes Gorge as of the moment, and hopefully they are ready right now because I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited myself. And coming again, the players are still going to be here in the lobby here, just waiting for the decision for the game itself. So, hey, Jet, I mean, let's also talk about like how it went down as well for the previous series that we had. We had Nanobot once again taking down EXECRATION in a pretty fancy fashion. I mean, it was kind of surprising. You did say as well during the early stage of this very tournament, no one really expected Nanobots to perform this way, especially up against EXECRATION. They did struggle quite a lot on the early stage of the tournament, and for them to turn it up and win the series up against EXECRATION dominantly, that was madly impressive. But with that being said, I think we are now going to be transitioning to the ban phase or the draft pick phase here. Jet, here we go. I know you love this one badly.
Oh yes, this is quite interesting to actually look how these teams actually do their combinations and how do they counter the picks of their opponents. It also shows how much they know their opponents, as we see the most challenged or the most contested heroes on this tournament. I know being banned once more, and the 𝐑𝐎𝐿 has been banned again. The Arlie being banned once more, and the Dolia, of course,
What's new?
being banned as well. So what's new? This is quite expected on this one because in the current meta they are really the potent heroes on this one. We have seen 𝐑𝐎𝐿 being utilized earlier, and we see the potential of them being able to pile each other either on a team fight or being saved. It's actually used earlier on by EXECRATION. It's quite effective on their side to actually use a 𝐑𝐎𝐿 to actually save themselves, or each other and create a team fight on this one. And we are seeing right now a Mai Shiranui pick on the side of Blacklist International. We have seen the Mai Shiranui being utilized a lot because of its mobility, its agility, its nimbleness, and its ability to actually position itself in a very in an advantageous position for them. And going into once again to Mai Shiranui, it would be quite vital, and it could dish out a lot of damage as well. Quite a very useful burst of damage that's going on for this type of a mage type for Blacklist International. Meanwhile, going on to the side of Mahadewa Esports, whoa, I see a mellow Leon Po and a Byron on this one. Well, both quite tanky and both quite really durable. I think these two will be the suspects for going into the front lines and initiate team fights. Both Leon Po and Byron has the ability to actually zone out in between towers to actually create that pinch that they really want. Even though their target is inside the tower, they would love to dive it even they're inside the tower. And looking at that, I think that would be the pick if Mahado would love to go on playing in a pick-off situation, most especially in the early parts of the game.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And come again, no. This is really just the first stage of how to start off a game here. Get to see the draft picks commence, and later on, let's see if it's gonna be correlating to what kind of plays are they gonna be able to put up. And I can't really kind of compare on how it went down from the previous matches. After all, we are talking about you being a step closer to entering the grand finals. So whatever rotations, whatever gameplay that they were able to put up as well on the early stage of this tournament, I'm not really expecting it to be happening here, obviously the fact that, you know, these two squads, their work ethics is always constantly going back to the drawing board, trying to improvise, trying to elevate their game.
Yep. And going back to the draft and the ban and the picks, Blacklist has banned the Musashi and the Dun on their side. Meanwhile, on the other side, they have banned the Clash laners, Elaine and Mayim on Mahadewa. I think it will be a Clash laner that's lacking here, as Joshi with that they will be playing with the Smite in the jungle, and I think Chami will be playing as Dharma for their Clash lane. Meanwhile, I've seen this strat before. I think they will be executing a double smite strat here for Blacklist. Meanwhile, on the side of Mahadewa, they would love to have this Byron Lianpo front line, so that Faddle Boy with that Princess Frost could actually create a crowd control, and Enix could actually just burst it out on the backlines. And I think that would be the gameplay that would be executed right here by Mahadewa Esports. Meanwhile, Blacklist would love to have that resource stealing, resource gathering on the side, wherein Chaz would actually try to invade the jungle of the other team, just to pick off either golems for them, or just to scout out with the Tyrant or the Overlord for their side. And we are seeing 𝐓𝐿 will be playing as Mankey. This is a very rigid and very durable, sustain heavy team that is quite in it for Mahadewa Esports. Meanwhile, for Blacklist, they would like to actually take advantage of the double smite to actually gain more buffs, gain more advantage on their side. I think that would be the gameplay for both teams. Let's see how their styles will clash on this one.
Yeah, come again now. We get to see, we got a Pei, we got a Zhang Fei, Lady Sun, Dharma for the side of Blacklist International, alongside with as well with the Mai Shiranui. So, and for the other side as well, I mean, for the side of Mahadewa, there is going to be a Lian Po, Biran, and Princess Frost, D Renji, and a Mankey. So that is going to be the hero composition here for our very game, as we now head straight towards the start of it. Here we go. Second semifinals, first game. Blacklist International up against Mahadewa Esports.
Yes, and that would be quite the zoning phase that is going on right here in the first 30 seconds of the game, as Faddle Boy might be taking quite a bit of damage there, courtesy of Aaron and Chaz just really zoning out on the side of Mahadewa Esports, so that Aaron will be happily getting those farms and getting those kills that he needs to, so that items will be quite timely on their side. Meanwhile, I think that would be the advantage going on to the side of Blacklist International, as they would be going on quick rotations. That's the advantage for that Mai Shiranui over there. The rotations would be quite quick. As soon as they will be able to get that wave cleared out, they would be moving on one side or the other to actually help out the other members on their different lanes that they have.
I mean, just by looking at the play here for this mid lane, both of these squads just wants to get the pick off already. Just tickling each other though so far. Nothing much going to be so convincing. A bit of a incremental increase here for the rates of the gold for the side of Blacklist International. It might just come in handy as well, as we are about to see this initial fight coming in now. We got Fade Boy, we got Mellow, and Joshi. Aaron's gonna get tagged away. Singles for set of Fade Boy. I mean, very well expected. Pei for Joshi is impacting quite a lot in regards to the damage, but this is such a different tempo to how it went on the first game coming from the previous series here. It's just them doing nothing too extra right from the get-go, just testing the waters out once more, and it's all going to come down to whoever's going to be able to get that final and first breakthrough.
That's true, Warden, and when you take a look at it right now, that would be a rotation going in for Mellow, but I think he would actually just wanted to zone out so that Enix will be able to get that farm, and that would still be a continuous zoning out phase that is going on for the past 2 minutes or so. And I think there might be a transition going on here as my Shiranui, Aaron and Joshi would be actually joining in the fray, and they would be diving into Enix. Enix might be in danger here, but I think they would just actually back off because they see Melo on that, and I think they would really go back to their own lanes right now as we see Aaron going back to their lanes and will able to take first blood as he will be able to take down Fatal Boy on that.
Yeah, Blacklist International here. I mean, right from the start, we got to see a bit more better pressure that will be led by them. And clearly now, they're going to be putting a step back. They don't want to play too aggressively. You were able to get their first pick off already, and you have been able to put up the gap for the economy as well. So you don't really want to drop the ball here. Just want to remain consistent all throughout, get those lanes occupied, and just play safely. And looking like Blacklist International is going to be tangled up here towards this bottom side of the map. There is going to be Enix and Melo trying to close this one out. And Golden Kite is actually going to be tagged away as well. But fortunately, they still have the tower to play with. And all of a sudden, the transition will come into the way. Aaron Jushi wants to put themselves into the mix. They haggle down. And that's going to be enough for Mahadewa to call it quick. They don't want to go for the commitment, not just yet.
Not just yet, indeed, Warden, but it would be 14 seconds, 13 seconds rather, remaining on the clock, so that the Tyrant and the Overlord will be spawning soon, and that would mean a major team fight, probably when they wanted to contest either the Tyrant or the Overlord on this side of the game. And now it has spawned, and we are seeing Melo just wanting to dive in right now with that Tyrant as of the moment, and we are seeing Enix might be in danger here. Chaz wanting to actually get some more, trying to zone out members from Mahadewa Esports, and Aaron would like to actually flank the other side, but it would be taken out by Joshi on this side. But we'll see another elimination going on as 1-for-1 that is happening right now between Blacklist and Mahadewa Esports. It would be 2 people down right now as Mons will be falling down as well, and members of the Blacklist International would be fleeing off that site of war as they scurry away. It was just quite a few seconds left before Melo would actually pick off one. Good thing they will be able to save that, but the tower will be going down.
That was so close. Fortunately, the recall connects, and now Chaz and Golden Kite. I mean, I don't know if you want to go for this. Chaz, you're a tag away from going down, but the pressure comes in, and they're just playing this one pretty confidently. Coming in, they are retaining the momentum that they have been able to build up. And with that being said, Mahadewa now, they have turned their back against that very clash, so that is going to be calling the rest of the 2 players from the side of Blacklist International to call for the rotation back and go for the reset, while Mahadewa going to be on their jungle side. Blacklist International here might just go for a contestant as well here from the top lane. Might just be a 2v2, taking this one down. I'm still lacking the attention here for the side of Blacklist International. I mean, we haven't been able to see a lot of pressure from them in regards to like getting the progress here to get the turrets down or the towers down. It's still going to be Mahadewa up on that lead.
Yep, it's true, Warden. Meanwhile, we're looking at a contest within the Overlord right now. As we see 𝐊𝐿 really wanted to go at it with that Overlord, and will be able to secure that. But Fatal Boy will be using himself to actually zone out Joshi and Aaron on that. Now they will be able to actually secure that Overlord for them for 2 rounds, but Aaron will be getting hit by the Tremor Smash, but Aaron will be able to actually scurry away from that really nimble My Shiranui play going into their side. Now they would be actually wanting to get some pickups right now, but they really need to be careful because, well, it is the semifinals right now, and they really wanted to play safe as much as possible and just going in for that safe pick-offs. That's why we don't see that much action. They really wanted to play defense, even though they wanted to be aggressive on this side of the map or in this particular tournament right now.
You got to talk about Blacklist International. Aaron here and Mara Shiranui just able to lead the pack so far with 3 eliminations. I mean, on the other side, it is going to be Blacklist International. Drushi actually with 2 as well, and they're going to be combining for 5. That has been accumulated here for the squad. I mean, for the side of Mahadewa, it only has been Fade and Enix that has been able to put up the impact. I mean, it's a well-given factor, but I'm kind of like expecting a bit more here as well here for Menki, aka 𝐒𝐍𝐿. So Let's see if he's going to be able to turn this one up. There is going to be 3 opportunities here right up front. This bottom lane already contested once more, but it's not Blacklist International. That is going to be Chami alongside Jushi. And they're going to take down Menki away. And the rest will try to fall back. The progression kicks in. I mean, you asked for progress here for Blacklist International, and they're going to be serving it right directly to your face.
Yes, that service right there. Service with a slap onto the face of 𝐂𝐅, and he will be going, and he just went down with that. Now, we are going to continue what is going on to happen right now as we see Chaz might be in danger here as he will be detected by Melo and Enix on that. Just throwing in some cards of legality. Just Enix there, just wanting to actually zone out and try to find out if he will be able to hit someone from Blacklist International, and he will be taking advantage on that as both Enix and Melo would just wanted to zone people out from Blacklist International and just zone out. Now there will be 3 people right now on the side of Blacklist International wanting to actually try to initiate here, but I think it won't happen that much as they might be outnumbered here, and you know, it's still a zoning out phase. Just really wanted each other, really wanted to be careful and not play reckless as they wanted to win this game. But in that exchange, I think it is a buff, a tyrant buff, going once again to the side of Blacklist International off screen.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Blacklist International come again. They do have this one played out here so far, and if they're gonna be able to get the next wave of clashes, get this one in, come again. It is going to be Mahadewa here, just going to be stuck on the trail for the longest time. And look at this top sector of the map. It is going to be another heavy fight about to happen. Come again. Blacklist International going to be falling behind, trying to play defense here, and they're going to be able to pull away.
Yep, and it seems like they really wanted to disengage at this point, because I think getting in too much for far too long in the jungle, it won't benefit them that much because there are still resources that needed to be taken, some waves that needed to be taken, and some objectives that needed to be taken as well. And if they will overstay there, they will lose a lot of experience, and you know, advantage will be slipping away from their fingers. And that's what Blacklist International wants to do. They wanted to make advantage of where they are situated right now and try to get as much resources as they can. And if they were lucky enough, they would actually get a team fight kill on this one. As Melo will be in danger right there, as Chami wanted to actually create an action right there in the middle lane. But you know, Melo will be able to take that damage because you know he's a tanky big boy right now, and I think that would mean danger probably at this one as Chaz will be able to detect Mons just shooing away Chaz on this one. They wanted that Overlord as we see right now, and Jushi will be able to secure that Overlord. Now there'll be a commotion right now at the Tyrant Warden.
Oh, here we go. Tyrant's gonna get tickled away, but it's not gonna matter at all. I mean, it has to come down to this very clash here. Blacklist International might just get taken away. Aaron, go away. And the crucial elimination right there. I mean, Aaron has been able to carry the squad here so far in the rest of the eliminations. Without that carry factor, this should be a breakthrough now here for the side of Mahadewa. But the rest of the squad, I mean, if Aaron's gonna be out, Joshi's still gonna be here. Melo can't really do much, and this Tyrant still gonna be contested. Mahadewa's intention now here is gonna be controlling this mid map, and looking like they are pretty much distracted. Blacklist International gonna be falling and you know, pulling back here off the Tyrant. They think they want to go for the commitment for the clash instead.
But take a look at those Vanguards, really making it busy for Mahadewa Esports, just pushing it all alone with the Shadow Vanguard and creating another pressure, as well as Golden Kite right here would love to have a push right here at the farm lane on the side of Mahadewa Esports. They really wanted to make it a trickling damage, and they really wanted to make it slowly but quite sure, as Melo will be just dishing out and eating damage on that side, as we see that Dharma will be able to actually destroy another turret for the side of Blacklist International, and Joshi will be able to take down the high ground. 𝐂𝐅 might be in danger here as Joshi wanted to actually go on further, but 3 people from Mahadewa Esports say, hey, get back there, don't touch our fluffy boy.
I love that. Well, Blacklist International, I mean, they got every factor ready to close it out. It's just really, come again, all gonna come down to for them to create that window the opener. And so far, it might just be the start. If ever they can take away Mellow. 𝐁𝐅𝐒𝐄 is going to be right there as well. They are going to be going for the commitment as well here for the Tyrant. And now, looking like they have been able to secure this one play through. Securement right there from the side of 𝐁𝐅𝐒. And it might just segue as well towards us finding the means to get around here for Blacklist International. And only one more big push for them to do, and that should be GAN.
Yes, and we are looking at it right now as the clash lane right now is slowly getting trickled down with the super minion wave, but the pressure is still ongoing right now at the high ground at the bottom part of your screens, and we are looking at it as Blacklist International still applying that pressure to that other side so that the first side, the top lane, will be able to actually create some push as the super minion waves will be having that huge advantage on that, and Aaron will be going with them as well. Now, what Mahadewa Esports can actually do is just lay on the perimeter and apply their defenses and just wait. Just look for the very tiny crack on the side of Blacklist International. But we can see that Tiempo might be in too deep, but he will be going down with that. Too much depth on that, and he will be going down. And that will be the second one on the side of Mahadewa Esports. 2 people down, and I think the defenses of Mahadewa Esports is slowly beginning to crack as there would be 3 people left trying to defend their crystal and their high ground towers. But what will Blacklist International do here? Will they continue to apply the pressure here, or they would wait to actually for another wave to actually get that? And I think that will be the third person as Battleboy and Mons will be going down on screen, but in exchange 𝐁𝐅𝐒 will be showering with the fishes right there.
Yeah, I mean, Blacklist International, I mean, the best call here for them to probably fall back. Don't want to go for commitment. They can get obliterated in an instant if ever they go for this. Unfortunately for them, they make the right call. They're going to recall back. And, oh no, Mellow. Oh my days. So close, but yet so far.
Well, I think Mellow probably did the right thing. He might be blasted down to earth with that because they're too zone out Chaz so that the Overlord will be going onto their side, hopefully, probably. And but Mellow will be going down right there. And yes, it will still be a zoning phase right now as Blacklist International will be eliminating that Overlord going into their side and will be summoning that Shadow Vanguard soon enough. And that will be 2 waves worth of Shadow Vanguards rather. And it will be a continuous pressure that is going on right now. Only the Crystal is standing here on the side of Mahadewa Esports as Blacklist International just waiting for the minion waves to actually march on and march on so that they will be able to get that Crystal cracked open.
Yeah, last final stand here for Mahadewa. Can they hold it down? Blacklist International has been able to feed off the momentum here right across from the start until might just be the latter part of the game. Here we go. Exchanges here back and forth. Minions are going to come in. So does the... Coming in now. Flash comes through. Blacklist International, they still have the numbers. Same goes for the side of Mahadewa. We go right back into the action. Looking at this, Mahadewa on the verge of getting the first initial slay. Can they convert with a double? No, it won't be the case. The trade comes in. Double kill for the side of Mons. Can he find a spree? Looking like his teammate backs him up now for the elimination as well. And they're going to be able to endure another wave. Blacklist International not going to be able to end off the game, not just yet.
Well, it was quite a nice last stand that's going on the side of Mahadewa Esports, and I think they really need that to be able for them to continue with that, and they will be able to actually get more advantage going onto their side as they know there are just 2 people alive on the side of Blacklist International. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen, as Enix would actually throw in some cards to that Tyrant, and Mons will be smashing as well as Mellow will just actually scout, but they'll be able to find 𝐁𝐅𝐒. Will they actually zone out 𝐁𝐅𝐒 on this one, or there would be a challenge? Now it will be secured by Mahadewa Esports. The Tyrant will be going to them, but all of the members of Blacklist International are back up and running, and we'll see if there would be a team fight ensuing right here in the middle lane, or will Mahadewa Esports go back and actually do their last stand on their high ground.
I mean, items should be really favored here for the side of Blacklist International. So it's all going to come down to the proper execution. A bit of a progress run down here for the side of Mahadewa. They're slowly but surely trying to put themselves up, but I don't think slowly but surely will cut the chase. They need to move in quick. They can't afford to let more time pan out here for the side of Blacklist International, but at the same time, they are enduring this one through. 4 players here towards this mid lane. It is now going to be XRT here trying to push up. Falls back, finds one. That is going to be Chaz now out away from this very wave. A bit of a defeat as well there from the top side. Big trades coming in. 14-8 in regards to the elimination, but I don't think it's even going to matter at all. I mean, we're coming to the state where everyone's going to be all equal here, chat. All going to come down now to the coordination here for each and every squad.
Yep. And I think for MAHADEWA Esports, they need to go back to their high ground as that super minion waves really apply that pressure onto their side, as we are going to see Enix might be in danger here. Also, will be Chami on that end. He will be able to scurry out of combat, and Aaron and all the members of Blacklist International will be regrouping themselves and wait for Chaz to actually respawn in 2 seconds. And it will be a successful defense that will be going on to MAHADEWA Esports. And they really need to actually be careful on this one, as we are going to see probably 90 seconds left before the Tempest Dragon will be spawned, but the Overlord will be up right now.
Overlord's going to be right there. Come again, they are going to be funneling, circling around this very Overlord. It's going to be Joshi here actually going to go for the initial start off. Chaz going to be baiting one player here. That is going to be Mellow. Fade Boy pops inside of the action as well. But the back foot play here for the side of Mahadewa might be the bane for them. Who's going to be able to get this Overlord is going to be the biggest question. It's going to be your boys from the side of Blacklist International. Will the clash ensue, or are they going to fall back looking like they want to play this one passively so far?
Yep, and I think that would be a good decision on the side of MAHADEWA Esports, as they really need to regroup and back up, because the threat of the Vanguards will be out there soon. And there you go, the Shadow Vanguard will be out right there at the Clash lane, and they are also waiting for the Tempest Dragon to actually spawn. And I think there would be separations that will be going on, as we see members of MAHADEWA Esports need to actually go back on that, or they will be picked off right there and there by members of Blacklist International.
Yeah, the first Tempest Dragon that we haven't been able to see so far in this very broadcast. Can we see that one play through, or is it just going to be the one big clash that we all have been waiting for? Come again. It's now going to be Mahadewa falling back to the crystal here, knowing for a fact there's going to be a wave of Blacklist International. Should be a 2-1-3 split perhaps here coming in now, and Nick's going to get tagged away. The CCs comes in as well. Mahadewa holding their ground. Can they find a means to hold on for dear life? Looking like they're going to be able to lose one player in the process. Could it be not? It's now going to be Mellow out. Blacklist International. A lot of their players are going to be attacked away. They try to go for the closeout. Double kill for Blacklist. Making a triple overall. This might just be the end. XRT and Nyx, all eyes on you. 4 players from the side of Blacklist International is going to be attacked away from going down. They go for the heal up here, and this should be enough to put up the aid for them to hold their ground. Can we see this one play through? Resurrection comes in, 1v2, and Nyx goes down. Should this be the break? Should this be the ender? Should this be the dagger to close it out? And Nyx is still holding on. Golden Kite, a 1v1. He's gonna go down. Every player is out of the lobby.
Oh god, and that Vanguard just putting out that damage, and just Mellow just woke up far too late, and I think that will be quite on time for him to actually remove that super minion waves, and Battle Boy and Mons will be following soon, because that would mean the crystal will be broken by the super minions of Blacklist International, and they will be taking game number 1.
What a way to end it. It's not gonna be Blacklist International. It's gonna be the super minions closing it out. Wow!
The super minions have been there pushing their issue and be like, okay, no one's here, no more targets, and I think that's the crystal that's left, and those robots just punching it. The crystal just cracks slowly but surely. It has been cracked open by the super minion waves, and the respawns by Mellow Mons and XRT were a bit too late for that to be able for them to salvage this round. But nevertheless, it will still be a round that will be going in favor of Blacklist International, as they are going to get game number 1 on this semi-final round.
Ay. I mean, I'm losing my voice here, bro. I'm losing air. I'm losing everything. I'm losing my mind. Come on now, statistics wise, we got Joshi here, 29% in regards to the damage dealt for the squad. I mean, does it even? It's a squad game. It's total team effort here. Come again though, I was really impressed for Mahadewa to actually endure and push this one towards the later game. If they were able to win that very clash, I think we could have seen the game turn around. But Blacklist International, I mean, they started off quite strong on the front foot, transitioned towards the mid game, stayed exactly the same way. I mean, there was a bit of like a back and forth action on towards the middle part of the game, but Blacklist International, really good calls for them. The way that they were able to like choose their clashes was truly the it factor for me, and how they were able to get this win.
Yeah, that's true, Warden. And looking at how on the mid game ensued, there was a back and forth situation wherein there are times Blacklist wins the round and takes advantage on that, and they were able to make the most out of it. Meanwhile, while Mahado was able to win their team fights, all they had to do was to recover. They weren't able to push through for further on the side of Blacklist International, but for Mahadewa, they were just there to recover and just make it equal. And then when the next team fight ensues and Blacklist wins, they can go ahead. All Mahadewa was doing right there is to catch up, and they weren't able to actually go further ahead because I think the recovery time for those team fights in the middle game is not too long compared when you go on to the late game. Because say for example on the late game around 15 minutes or so, respawn times around 45 seconds to 1 minute, and that would mean a few seconds to actually change things around, most especially right here in Honor of Kings.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, those it factors, those factors overall is really crucial, especially if you want to close out as games. And the timing is just pretty immaculate there for the set of Blacklist International. But that, with that being said, guys, come again. That is only the first game here for this very series between Mahadewa and Blacklist International. Before we head straight towards game number 2, we're gonna have a short break. We'll be right back, guys.
Watch the highlights.
Yes.
First blood has been defeated. Blue team has slain an enemy. Team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an Blue team killing spree. Red team has slain. Blue team has slain enemy. Blue team rampage. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team rampage. Red team has slain an Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Blue team killing spree. Red team rampage. Red team.
Welcome back to Battle for Supremacy, the Reign of Supreme. I am Warden, alongside me is Jet, and we are the casters here for today. Come again, a bit of a recap here on versus first game. It went pretty close, and that ending right there, come on. I mean, I did super minions, bro. It's the answer to win off those games. Obviously, it was Blacklist International taking the W. Let's see if Mahadewa can force this one to a game number 3.
And I hope that there would be quite an interesting matchup that is going to happen right here, right now, as there would be adjustments going in from both teams on how they're going to pick their teams and their heroes and also their bans in that matter. And that would be mean quite interesting for both Mahadewa and Blacklist International, as they both will predict how Mahadewa will counter pick, or how Mahadewa will ban heroes from Blacklist International, and how will Blacklist International respond to those bans and counter picks that is going to happen on the drafting phase of this tournament. I think they really wanted to remove from Mahadewa, they really wanted to remove the comfort heroes of Blacklist International, because they are on the side wherein if they will lose this tournament, they are going home. I mean, they're home actually.
I mean, okay, hey guys. There might just be a build up, possibly maybe someday in the future. We can get like a LAN event for Battle for Supremacy. Man, imagine that. Imagine maybe someday, maybe some. Don't quote me on that. I mean, there's absolutely nothing that was said to me, but I can absolutely see this one play out, especially if you guys can continue to support Battle for Supremacy, and these players right here can continue to give us the hype gameplay. Maybe till then, and that might just be a possibility, and maybe till then that if ever they do take that L, then they can actually literally go home.
Yep. And speaking of going home, and for those people at home, of course, that is actually watching right now in Battle for Supremacy, there are things that is going on right now in Battle for Supremacy, like say for example, for that is from Team Wallet rather, wherein they have team tokens, they have Supreme Team Draft, they have Fortnite V-Bucks, they have Fortnite tournaments, and they have the BFStv top up that is going on right here in Team Wallet, that is actually helping out Battle for Supremacy right now. For team tokens, you may earn team tokens when you use Team Wallet bot. By referring players to join our tournaments, these tokens can be converted to cash or be used to join upcoming events in Battle for Supremacy. Also, in Supreme Team Draft, they will offer you the opportunity to be drafted within its ranks by dominating in events like Call of Duty, Mobile, and Fortnite. Yes, it will be available to all players worldwide. And of course, for Fortnite, speaking of Fortnite, there are things that are called Fortnite V-Bucks. And using BNB, you can also purchase Fortnite V-Bucks and receive the pin real time using Team Wallet Bot. That is how Team Wallet Bot is really useful in these types of tournaments, and of course in esports and all the games that you're playing right now in general. And if you're a Fortnite player itching to really compete in tournaments, this would be vital for you, because I think Battle for Supremacy right now has the tournaments in the works just for you. Be sure to explore our island map, BFStv, red and blue, to keep yourselves updated. Please join the Telegram channel
at BFSTV Fortnite to learn more. And of course, with a lot of things that's going on right now, BFSTV doing this Battle for Supremacy Reign Supreme, BFSTV is also having this BFSTV top up. You can get your very own Riot points, you can get your own Garena shells, you can get your Fortnite V-Bucks and Honor of Kings tokens. Just, it is now available right here, only here on BFS TV.
Well, definitely, man. And now with that being said, I think we are now going to be actually towards our draft picks here. I got a question, Jet. I mean, come again. I'm pretty new to playing rank in Honor of Kings. Is Lupin number 7 viable or no?
It depends on how you play. Actually, a lot of heroes there are depending on how you play. Because Luba number 7 is useful, for example, for scouting. Say for example, initiation and scouting. For initiation of team fights, his blowfish, his second skill, wherein it is global, it could actually help out and push out whoever it hits. So it would mean that if you say, for example, if you are right there and your opponent is just in front of you, you can use your second skill to actually push it back. What matters for Luba number 7 is attack speed, because on the 4th instance of his normal attack, he could use his that machine gun thingy.
Yep.
That is quite painful when it comes to longer games, and you could like trigger it a lot of times. That would mean something. And what is useful, for example, Luba number 7 would love to have team fights in a very narrow area wherein he could actually deploy his air support. That would mean in a very narrow area he could hit a lot of people if they are really clumped in together, whether or not whether it would be clumped together because of the area or being clumped together because of a crowd control being used by a teammate. So for Luba number 7, he really needs to go at the way back lines and not get picked off in the very early stages of the tournament.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. I mean, you know, Prince of Landling, Lambs are really your kryptonite, you know, if you are Luba number 7. I just brought the topic up because I'm trying to grind Luba number 7 right now, and I'm going to tell you, early game, and I don't use a flash now. I use, I don't know if it's viable, but it seems to be working out for me. I use Frenzy instead, and a lot of the altercations that I put myself into, many of those like duos, just get surprised now. But anyways, you know, we're already like halfway done here for the draft picks here, Jet. Come again, what do we have here so far?
Okay, so right now in the second stage of the banning phase, we see Blacklist International ban the usual Dolia and the Mai Shiranui and the 𝐑𝐎𝐿. Now we have seen a Lady Zen being banned on the side of Mahadewa Esports, and they are going to also ban the viable things that has been used here. But it is quite interesting to see a pay being banned by Blacklist, since they have used it. Jushi has used it in a very useful way, which means he was the one actually directing a rotation for easy pickoffs for the side of Blacklist International. Now, I think they don't want pay to be used by Mahadewa. I think they know someone from Mahadewa that's really good in using pay. Now, we see about the combinations on how Blacklist and Mahadewa apply on this one, and we are going to look at Arlie, Lianpo, Angela, Nakaruru, and Dharma on the side of Mahadewa Esports. I think that their main gameplay here is really that burst damage and teamfight initiation. That Melo will be playing Lianpo as a roamer. Wow, but with an execute right now. Probably a flash. Let's see what the common skill that they are going to actually use. And it would mean quite vital for the side of Mahadewa Esports, because the Lianpo can actually zone out, can go in between Tower 1 and Tower 2 and actually trap the squishy hero in the middle of the tower, even with the protection of the tower inside it. Let's see about that, if they will be able to pull it off.
Well, let's see. Come again, guys. We are now going to be transitioning into the game itself. Mahadewa, they are going to be on trail for the series. Let's see if they can put up the comeback and actually, you know, force this next game here up within. And, you know, just a bit of a drawback as well on what's going to be the lineup here for the very teams that we have here. Coming in for the side of Mahadewa, we got an Arlie, we got an Lianpo, Angela, Nakaruru, Dharma, and for the side of Blacklist International, we do have a Jen Gan and Mo, Lady Sun, Ming, Baron, and Heino as well. So, hey, come again. Let's see if it's going to be enough for us to see the close out as we are now starting off the game here. Jet, let's go.
Let's go, and now we're beginning in game number 2 of our Battle for Supremacy Reign Supreme contested between Blacklist International and Mahadewa Esports. This time, Mahadewa Esports in the blue side, and Blacklist will be on the red side this time. Now, it is now a win or go home situation for Mahadewa Esports, as if they are going to lose this round, they're going home. And as much as possible, looking at this one, I think it is still very slight advantage going into the side of Blacklist International, as they will be able to actually pick up some of the small ones like the Fire Beak and the Fire Lizard right there. And the zoning out will be quite important, most especially in the farm lane, as they would like their farm lane heroes to get their itemization on point and on time, so that they can actually contribute to the combat, as Enix might be in danger right here. And will he be burnt down to a crisp? Yes, he will be down, courtesy of Ming.
Wow.
And there will be a continuation going on, as Golden Kite might be going down, but Ming as well, and Golden Kite as well. That's a double kill, courtesy of 𝐒𝐿. What a response from Mahadewa Esports.
Yeah, I mean, I'm loving the call here for the set of Mahadewa. They are going to be opening up the notch in regards to the tempo, so that is going to be putting Blacklist International here on the back foot. Mahadewa, what kind of player are going to be up to next? Looking like they want to funnel here towards this mid-map. There's going to be two players of Blacklist International right there. That is going to be Joshi alongside Aaron. And looking like this might just be another setup now here. Moving over right around the parameter on this bottom lane. But there just is a little bit of a holdback as well. I mean, despite the fact that Blacklist International does lose though the previous clash, they are still going to be up in economy, so Mahadewa still has to be a bit cautious.
Yep, that's true. And 𝐒𝐿 needs to actually do those rotations quite often, because it actually helps Mahadewa Esports to actually gain advantage and gain space for their other heroes to actually go to their lanes, as Chami will be scouted out there by Mons rather. It would be quite an interesting pick right here. Meanwhile, it might be in danger right there, as Chaz will be picked off quite cleanly there by Boy, and this will be a continuation of Invasion of the Jungle going into the side of Mahadewa Esports, and they wanted to exact revenge on what happened to game number 1.
Yeah, Mahadewa. I mean, I don't exactly know what they consumed in between of the game, but hey, they are now slowly but surely making the occupation here for this first initial tower on this bottom lane. Golden Kite is going to be the only player right there. The gank comes in, and it's going to be your boy Mellow shutting him down. And there's still going to be another player to worry about. That is going to be Chaz. But what can you do when there's two players just waiting for you, boy?
Well, that Blazing Brilliance from Angela is actually doing a lot of work on the side of Mahadewa Esports. Quite a rotation there, and that means Boy with that Angela really dishing out a lot of damage, either for him or for his friends, to finish the Blacklist International off. That we see Chami really wanted to actually zone out that Nakaruru earlier on, as Mons will be responding to that clash with another barrage of punches that is going to happen. But there would be a disengage. I think they really wanted to actually assert their position right now. They wanted to make things even or take advantage for themselves as much as possible. But let's see what's going to happen furthermore, as the Tyrant and the Overlord will be spawning right now.
Yeah, it's now going to be Mahadewa here just wrapping around towards this Tyrant. And it should be a securement already here for them. Blacklist International not going to have any intention as well to go for either ends. They just want to funnel here towards this parameter on this Overlord. Maybe I just, counted my chicks a bit too early. Looking like they are, never mind, just playing around this mid-map. I think they are going to be patrolling around here, just ensuring there is no intentions for any invasion as well here from the side of Mahadewa. There is going to be 3 players right there. Should be a possible initial take. I mean, look at this. They are inside of the bush. I mean, Chaz, Golden Kite, if they mess up the rotation, that might just be them going down. And here we go. Mellow gonna go for the stun. And he's not gonna be able to get anything away from that. And Nick's gonna fall back. But that is gonna be giving them enough space as well here from Mahadewa as Blacklist International. They're not really showing the tip of pacing that we got to see from the previous game.
Meanwhile, Joshi might be in danger here thanks to the Blazing Brilliance by Angela earlier. But Melo might be in danger as well as he will be going down courtesy of Chami with that Byron. I think that was quite a pick off there. Melo was in too deep on that one, and I think he paid for it with his life. And it will be a continuous trying for Blacklist International to actually get more and get even probably. But still, when it comes to the goal discrepancy, it's quite still close, even though there are more kills on the side of Mahadewa Esports.
Yeah, I mean, for a moment or so, it was Blacklist International on the pedestal, but now Mahadewa finds the recovery, so that is going to be pretty nice here for them. Now we get to see this Overlord here is going to get contested here by the side of Mahadewa, and Nyx and 𝐑𝐎𝐍𝐿 is going to be here. They fall back, they get that Overlord, and that is going to be coming in pretty huge here for them. I mean, really good call for them to go for the contestation that should be able to back up the snowball run that they're trying to build up against Blacklist International. And come again, you know, Blacklist, you need to find the means to get that better entry point. If not, Mahadewa will just do exactly what they've been doing right from the start of the game.
Now we see Overlord Vanguards will be up and running right now on the side of Mahadewa Esports. Now they are going in too deep between the second and the third tier tower on the clash lane, but Melo will be eating a lot of damage in the process, putting that tower into around 10% life points right now. We will see 𝐓𝐿 might be diving in for Chami, but I think he just diverted himself to actually get more farm. Meanwhile, Joshi with that Hino just wanting to get more farm right now and not really getting involved with a lot of team fights, a lot of rotations right now. I think for the members of Blacklist International, they really want their items right ahead. That's why they really don't want to do unnecessary team fights. Say, of course, they wanted to win this game, and since they're behind 2 kills, but in terms of economy, they're just 500 behind, and that's quite close. Even though, oh, what a pick off by Aaron there, taking away Fatal Boy. Wow.
Yeah, Blacklist International now here pushing up all together. 𝐊𝐿 is going to be tagged away. Mon's going to be able to put himself back into the mixture to try to put up more support here towards this mid lane. And Melo, and the Nyx is going to be right there as well. And clearly, Blacklist International, even if they're going to be on the back foot, they are not going to be slowing up their pacing anymore. This is exactly what we like, just playing all together. Shows us some very interesting clashes here, and I think it might just be non-stop as soon as we get to see these players meet each other.
Now we see Joshi might be in too deep right there, but he will be able to get away. Thanks for that ult, but Joshi still in trouble. No, he will be blasted off by Fatal Boy, and it will be a continuous assault right now. But Blacklist still pushing forward, was able to eliminate Mons in the process. Now they're still in a 4v4 situation. Aaron was able to actually clean up that particular minion wave and would love to actually take down that middle tower on their side, so that Chaz, Golden Kai, and Aaron will be taking it out. Meanwhile, on the other hand, 𝐓𝐿 will just actually get that Crimson Golden for his side. And will there be a contest? No, not anymore a contest, as Ming or Chaz will be taking out that Tyrant for the side of Blacklist International, and they'll be having a buff for 80 seconds.
Now coming in, we get to see it is a bit of a scenario where they're just going to be checking up what to exactly do in this very case. I mean, Blacklist International, that is going to be Chaz, Golden Kai, Aaron, and Joshi here patrolling this mid lane, leaving Chami to go rogue around the top as well. And come again, Mahadewa. Right from the start, they were able to get a lot of great breakthrough. That's going to be leaving the top lane here with only the last and final tower to hold on to. Back here towards this bottom lane, that is going to be a 5v4. And at the same time, you know, Blacklist International, they do have the numbers on their side. It's just them really having a hard time getting that first pick off. And fortunate for the side of Mahadewa, they're not really too agitated at all to go for commitment. They know that they can absolutely get this game, especially if they just play this one just a bit more patiently.
Well, almost 30 seconds left before the 10th minute mark, and still all members of Blacklist International all together right now, as they would love to actually enjoy a pick-off right here. And so far, Mahadewa Esports is doing a good job and not getting caught right in the middle of a 5-man Blacklist International assault. But I think Chami will be being face to face right now with Enix and Melo. He will be needing that safety of the tower. But in the Overlord, I think Blacklist will be taking this one out. Meanwhile, on the other side, Mons and all the members of Mahadewa Esports will be taking that Tyrant on their side.
So it's going to be a bit of an exchange. Let's see what's going to be the best for both worlds. And now, buff's going to be coming in. The Shadow Vanguard is going to be on here as well. And looking like they want to go for this. Blacklist International nearing close up against the squad of Mahadewa. And here we go, a bit of an exchange here from afar. No sense of commitment. Blacklist International's Shadow Vanguard is going to be coming in now. And Mahadewa, I don't know if they're going to go for this very clash. I think they got to find a means to sustain before anything else. They can't let this one slide. If ever they end up losing this clash, it might just be Blacklist International getting such a massive breakthrough for either lanes.
Now we are seeing, I think, most of the members of Blacklist International right now really following that Shadow Vanguard, as we see Melo wanting to zone out that Vanguard on the side of Blacklist International, and they will be able to eliminate that one. Meanwhile, on the other hand, there is a pressure from a minion, from the minion wave that is going on right now, as Shami will be actually responding to that. But Joshi might be in too deep into this one. He will be down. He will be picked off by 𝐒𝐿𝐼, and I think there would be more members right now for Blacklist International. Will be taken off. Very beautiful tremor smash by Melo, and he will be taking out Aaron as well into the shotgun. Ladies and will be out. I mean, Nakamura rather will be out. And where would be? Oh, Kami is working out on this one to save Blacklist International. What a rescue!
Finds a double kill right there to go for the interception. It would have gone haywire already for Blacklist International, but fortunately, Chami is there, as he did say, saving the day. With that Slays being found over, it's going to be leaving the numbers here all equal once more. Mahadewa, you can't get too aggressive. I mean, I can't really blame them at the same time. I mean, you don't really expect someone to just barge in out of the bush and then all of a sudden say hello and goodbye to your two teammates. Oh my god.
That's true, man. And when you take a look at it, the Chami was at the farm lane earlier before when that onslaught was happening, and well, members of the Black
so quick
was going down, and that was quite quick of a response for Chami, and he was able to save and eliminate members of Mahadewa Esports in exchange, and that was quite crucial, honestly. And as I think Enix might be into deep, as he will be seeing 3 people right now on the side of Blacklist International, but Tremor Smash will be deployed, hitting 3 people, but at what exchange? Lianpo's life.
Oh my days, Blacklist International, can they get another breakthrough? It is gonna be Fade Boy here, still trying to put up a fight. If I was you, back away, you're gonna go down. Blacklist International now turning up the heat, they get the lead for the kill count. It's all gonna be the only player here, 𝐁𝐅𝐒, all alive and kicking for the side of Mahadewa. I'm not sure if he's gonna be kicking anytime soon, but Blacklist International now here getting a breakthrough here for this very tower. They should be able to get the break, and that's going to be a step closer for them to taking this win up against Mahadewa.
And yes, I think that objective mission complete for the side of Blacklist International. They won't be pushing any further to actually scratch that crystal, and they will be waiting for that Overlord. Meanwhile, 𝐒𝐿𝐼 will be watching them over as they will be contesting. I think 𝐒𝐿𝐼 will be ready to charge. No, I think he'll be going. Oh, he will be taking one out, and he will be taking that Overlord as well.
𝐁𝐅𝐒 had the smite. Perfect investment. Blacklist International, I know for a fact, they're kicking the wall already. That is so unfortunate. If they got that, could have been the start of the closeout. But with that being said, Mahadewa now, all because of 𝐁𝐅𝐒, they stand another chance against Blacklist International. But can they break the code is the question. Moving over, Vanguards kicks in. Tyrant's gonna be on the loose. It's gonna be Blacklist International here facing a bit of a challenge. The Tyrant is now gonna be overloaded by the players of Mahadewa. Blacklist International, they need this one badly.
Yes.
and they really needed badly as much as possible because the vanguards that was supposed to be theirs was just stolen away by 𝐷𝐎𝐿. And there you see a Tremor Smash once more by Melo will be taking out 𝐁𝐅𝐒 this time, and now Mons will be actually barraging of punches both on the side of Blacklist International, as they will be able to pick off just one, but a very crucial one pick off on them, as they will be getting a lot of space just to destroy that middle towers of the side of Blacklist International. I think 𝐷𝐻𝐿 wanted to get into that, and Melo might be able to get, but nope. The target will be saved, and I think MAHADEWA Esports will be settling for that enhanced Tyrant for theirs.
Here we go now. MAHADEWA, you have everything on your hands. 15 minutes inside of this game already. Kills tied up. Economy is pretty right there as well. And now it's gonna be another funnel here with Blacklist International right on their jungle side. MAHADEWA just waiting for them to go for the push. And Nyx, Melo, Fade, Mons ready to kick in. Are we gonna be able to see another clash comes in? Looking like it is going to be 𝐁𝐅𝐒 here getting tagged up now. A bit of a stun, a bit of a CC play. And that's going to be Blacklist International here getting a few more convincing shots to connect. And looking like that is going to be enough for MAHADEWA to fall away. But take a look at 𝐁𝐅𝐒. It's going to be right around the bush as well. Blacklist International, they're not backing down. I'm not so certain. I'm not really feeling the play here. I think MAHADEWA is going to be baiting them one here. Mid lane push. Tower's gonna get destroyed. Blacklist International is gonna go on an overdrive.
I think so too. I think that mistake coming into the side of Melo, yes, he was just picked up there by Golden Kite, and they will be able to destroy that middle high ground tower for the side of Blacklist International. That is quite successful on their side. Now we are going to continue where they are going to transition, rather, as 𝐷𝐻𝐿 will be actually just pick up some farm and pick up some responsibilities there, so that they will be able to get those items, I think, prepared. And yes, I think just be careful right there, 𝐷𝐻𝐿, as you might get hunted down if the people from the side of Blacklist International will be seeing you as soon as possible. And I think there's Daybreakers right now on the farm lane heroes for both teams, so this will be quite a crucial game. Whoever hits the most damage will be winning this, and there will be a team fight going on as 𝐷𝐿 will be out for the count that quick. Angela will be following suit, and there would be a pressure going on to the side of the middle tower, and that might mean the end of the line on the side of MAHADEWA Esports, and that will they just need to clear that wave. What will Melo and Mons do here, as 𝐁𝐅𝐒 will still be continuing? Meanwhile, at the top, Nakoruru will be just handing off, but he will be crushed out by that Byron. And I think what will Blacklist International, they will be waiting for that wave to come along, and that will be fetched on by Golden Kite right there at the top. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, they are just waiting for that minion wave to actually remove that protection, and that 𝐷𝐻𝐿 will just dive in to get that Tremor Smash, and he will go down. And it will still continue right here, as I think they'll be cracking the crystal as of the moment. Let's see if they will be able to crack it down, as Enix will be holding on, and Faggleboy will be holding on to that. I think that would still be a stalemate, and I think Blacklist International needs to regroup on this one.
Yeah, Blacklist International can't really break the code as of this very moment. They're gonna be falling behind, waiting. Looking like they want to go for this Overlord instead, just ensuring that they can secure this win for this next and very wave. The prayers of MAHADEWA. Melo is gonna be the only player out away from this very wave here so far, but only 15 seconds left for him. 6 seconds left for him to go for the respawn. It's gonna be another 5v5 here, but the buffs is gonna be on the side of Blacklist International. Should they go for the Tyrant as well, they get the information. It's gonna be up and running. Can we see though? Can we see MAHADEWA turn things around? They still have another chance, another signs of life. Can they do it? We'll find out.
Let's see what's going to happen here. 𝐷𝐻𝐿 seeing that rush 𝐁𝐅𝐒 and Aaron from the side of Blacklist International as early. Enix needs to get away from that. almost got hit by that Chaz skill, but the Shadow Vanguard will be continuing to push through right there at the farm lane of Mahadewa Esports and most or the other members of Blacklist International right here as Blazing Brilliance will be deployed right there by Fatal Boy just to actually clear out the minion waves
Here we
of
go.
Blacklist International. Let's see what is going to happen here, and there would be a Shadow Vanguard that is going to accompany Blacklist International. There will be putting that bottom tower down, and they are still going to continue to actually hand it to them as Mons just
Segue.
quietly here assaulting that minion wave. And
The
I
segue.
think there would be a segment that is going on. Would that be successful? But that Baron was be able to. Nope, not in my watch, says Shami. Not in my watch. You can't do that here. I'm here.
That was so close though. Cammy,
Yeah.
fortunately, this guy is the quickest man. He knows how to exactly respond back when he is needed. Coming from the farm lane all the way down to the top lane. It's not gonna be Golden Kite as well, pushing up here. Mons, I mean, you are a sneaky boy, but yeah, mommy and daddy's gonna come to your way. But this run for the Tyrant is gonna go to the side of Black
Dragging out.
International as well. Here we go.
Red team has slain an
Come on.
enemy.
The crucial kill theft, meaning that the Tempest Vanguard will be going onto the side right now for Blacklist International.
Oh, no,
Red team
this is gonna be
dominated.
huge. Can he close out?
I think
Hold
that
it down. Mahadewa, they haven't able to sustain. But with that being said, though, Blacklist International invading the base already, and the only player there is gonna be Fade Boy. The clash ensues. Crystal drop. Blacklist International breaking the code.
Yes, that was quite a crucial kill steal on the side of Blacklist International, wherein they were able to secure that kill steal on that Tempest Dragon so that they'll be able to actually end the game instead of giving the advantage to Mahadewa Esports. That was a very crucial team fight that happened there, and whosoever wins that might be able to win the game. That's how close it is.
Bro, I thought the game was just, starting up. I didn't even notice the time. Didn't know it was a Tempest Vanguard already. I mean, I thought it was just the Tyrant, but bam, bro. Blacklist International. Come on, I mean, Mahadewa, they were able to get such a great start. But now you
Yeah.
take a look at the kills here, the eliminations. It's 10-20. Blacklist International is a true testament that it doesn't matter how you start off the game. It's about how you end off the game.
Exactly.
Blacklists breaking the code once more. Love it a lot.
Yes, and that means Blacklist International will be going on to face Nanobot on the finals tomorrow, and that this will be quite an interesting matchup that's going to happen. The Myanmar Surprise versus the dominance of Blacklist International. Let's see what weighs more as we are going to look at the stats what that's happened right here as we see Chaz being involved in almost 4 out of 5 team fights and team fight victories that Blacklist International has, and that would mean quite crucial on how they're actually doing their comeback, and that was quite slow. Even though they have a very slow start, Mahadi was actually dominating that early onsets or the first 5 minutes of the game. They were slowly getting the objectives right, and what mattered more there is that even though they're dying, they were able to balance out the economy between them and Mahadewa. Meaning they were getting importance of the farm, they're getting the importance of the waves that they want, and the itemization was able to catch up even though they were dying that much in the early onsets of the game already.
Wow, I mean, this intensity that we got to see on the semifinals for Nanobots and Execration earlier, and now here for Blacklist International and Mahadewa. How much more as well on the grand finals, Jet? And let me tell you, it's going to be happening tomorrow already. It's as
Yeah.
quick as just like that. This is Reign of Supreme. I mean, Jet, anything else you'd want to say, man?
Well, this was quite a very intense semifinal
Surely.
matchup. Surely. And anyone can go to the finals, honestly. And when you take a look at how they play the game, anyone can actually go to the finals and win this entire tournament on their own. But we can only have 2 for the finals, and we can only have 1 winner right here, right now, and I think it will be contested tomorrow. But for all the teams that actually joined here, thank you so much for all the entertainment, all the games that you actually given to us. We were actually entertained and honored to cast all your games right now, and we would like to thank also Battle for Supremacy for actually handling this tournament to actually showcase all the skills of the teams and of the players, which kept us biting our nails even behind the scenes, even behind our screens right now. That's how intense and that's how close the tournaments and the games that happened right now. And it only means a growth and evolution for Southeast Asia Honor of Kings.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, all eyes on you, Blacklist International and Nanobots, for tomorrow's run. But with that being said, Jed, I think we're already done. But guess what? The action is still not going to be stopping at all. Tomorrow, we got the grand finals in line, baby. Blacklist International up against Nanobots. It's going to be Myanmar up against the Philippines. Let's come and find out how this one's going to play out. But before that, though, this is Warden, Jet, setting out. We're going to have a rest for tonight, and we'll be ready for tomorrow. Thank you so much, BattleForSupremacy, for having us here. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Have a good night.
Toodles.
First blood. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team double kill. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain. Red team has. Blue team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an enemy. Shut down. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an